Hey, what's up guys? It's Jacob from WikiJackson.com, and today I'm going to show you how to produce good quality videos for YouTube. Okay guys, so there are 4 essential things that you need to produce good quality videos, and those are good equipment, good software, a good computer, and good lighting. Now, when I say good equipment, I'm talking about cameras and audio recording devices, or microphones, mainly. Now, I'm not telling you guys to go out and buy a $5,000 camera just to record videos like that. Obviously, if you want to drop money on something big like that, go ahead and do it. It will improve your videos greatly. But what I'm saying is that you can use something like the iPhone 5's camera, which is what I'm recording with right now, and you can produce very good quality videos. The iPhone 5 shoots in 1080p HD. It has a very good sensor. It has a very good lens for being on a phone, obviously. Now, I know there's better phones out there with better cameras on them, and if you want to use those phones, go ahead. But usually, if you have a phone that was made in the past year or so, you probably have a very good camera already stored on your phone for making YouTube videos. Now, the same goes for audio recording devices. Now, honestly, you could use the audio from your camera, even with a brand new DSLR camera. You could use the audio from that, but it's not going to be as good as it would be if you use an external audio recording device. Now, as you can see, I'm using a Logitech USB microphone. I got it for free with my Rock Band set. Yeah, this was the microphone used to actually sing with the Rock Band set. And I added this little wind filter on, which I found in my garage, and I have a decent quality microphone. Now, do know that when you go cheaper, you do obviously have some setbacks. Like, the biggest one with this microphone is you have to be very close to it to get good volume out of it. Like, if I were to set this microphone up out of the frame for the video, you wouldn't be able to hear me at all. But if I had a good video, such as a Blue Yeti or a Blue Spark or something like that, you would be able to hear me just fine and still get very good quality sound. Another thing about this mic that's not good is that if you take this little wind filter off, you can hear more pops and pees in my breath. You can hear those things clearer, which you may think is a good thing, but it's not, because hearing that in a video is very bad, and I'm sorry if I just hurt your ears if you were wearing earphones or something like that. But having one of these wind filters really benefits when you have a cheaper quality microphone setup like this. Now, there is very good equipment to also be found to use, which I do suggest you use if you have the money and the want to drop money on something like that. The best microphone, I think, to use for YouTube videos, which is actually still very cheap, is the Blue Spark from Blue Microphones. I don't know what the exact price is, but I know it's somewhere around $200 for this microphone. And I'm not sure if you know who MKBHD is, but you can go ahead and check out his channel. He uses a Blue Spark for all of his videos, and his microphone sounds absolutely gorgeous, and I would kill to have a condenser mic like that. But there are also some very good USB microphones, such as some of the Audio Technica. You can go ahead and search them up on Google and find some of their microphones. But I think the best microphone company would be Blue Microphones. They make microphones like the Blue Yeti, the Blue Yeti Pro, the Blue Snowball, and these are all 3 USB microphones that sound gorgeous, and I mean gorgeous, for being a USB microphone. Going back to that channel that I was talking about earlier, MKBHD, he has done a review of all of those microphones on his channel, and you can go ahead and check those out and give those videos a like, because his videos are quality videos, and you could tell that those are very good microphones. But like I said, you don't have to do something like that. You can find a USB microphone online for very cheap. I'm sure one of these would go for around $10 to $20, and it does produce good audio quality, but it does have some setbacks, as I mentioned before. Another thing that is essential to have for recording and editing videos for YouTube is good editing software. Now, for the Mac, some of the best editing software would be Final Cut Pro, which is on the Mac App Store for $300. It might be $200, don't get me wrong. I haven't looked it up in a while, and I don't remember very clearly, but it's somewhere around that price range. And yes, it is very pricey, but it is the best, I don't want to say basic, but the most simplistic video editor out there, and it is the best one out there for its price. Now, you could also go with a video editor such as Adobe After Effects or Adobe Premiere, but these are much more expensive, and I think that if you're going for some basic video editing, Final Cut Pro will do you very good, although these other programs will work absolutely amazingly, and you could obviously have more features with things like that. Now, for Windows, the best video recording program, I think, is something like Sony Vegas Pro, and I know that's an outdated video editor, but it is it's still a great video editor. And also Pinnacle Studio. That is probably my favorite video editor for Windows. It has a bunch of great effects and transitions already built into the software, and I can compare it with Final Cut Pro for Mac on that one. But Pinnacle Studio is a little less pricey. I think it goes for around $100. So You can check that out for Windows. And also on Windows, you can get After Effects and Premiere, as I was talking about before. But like I said, you don't need to go and drop money on something like that. I'm pretty sure the Creative Suite for Adobe, which means every single Adobe product in there, is around $2,500, which is a lot for software. But don't get me wrong, it is quality software. You will not regret getting that. So another thing that you need for good video editing, but is not necessarily essential, is a good computer. Now, there are many computers out there. Most of the modern computers that you can pick up at like Best Buy will be able to support most minor video editing. But if you're going to be in After Effects and Premiere a lot and out doing a bunch of heavy, intense video editing, then you're going to want a really good machine. And I will be doing a video, well, we at WikiJackson will be doing a video soon on how to make a fairly well-built video editing machine for pretty cheap. Now, this goes the same for gaming machines. If you're going to make a gaming PC, now, there are other computers that can handle things like this, but if you want it to really tackle on and do the job good, you want a good custom-built PC, which, like I said, we'll be doing a video on soon. So look forward to that, and also note that you need a good computer. Now, the computer that I'm using is the late 2011 Mac Mini from Apple. Now, this computer, it has an Intel i5 processor, it has 8 gigs of RAM, and honestly, it can take pretty much anything that I throw at it. Now, it's not as fast and as responsive when I open up a program like After Effects. There's a bit of lag, and rendering does take a large amount of time when doing big projects, but it's perfect for what I do, just doing little things in and out of After Effects, and most of my editing happens on Final Cut Pro, which the Mac Mini handles like a boss. Now, the last thing that you need for a good quality video is lighting. Now, the lighting setup that I have right now is an overhead light right now, shining down on me this way, and also going to the rest of my room, so it's not directly on me. I have a lamp set up right there, which is shining to the rest of my room, but I'm getting a good amount of light from right there. And I also have my window right here, which is letting light in from this side. So I have a 3-point light system, so I'm basically lit from all sides, and that's really what you need to have good lighting in a video. If I were to turn that lamp off, I would look dark and discolored, and I bet you anything that the background behind me would look a lot brighter and would take the attention away from me. Now, I know I have something like that ticker running in the background, which does take attention. That's more of a detail thing rather than I would rather you be more bright than your background. That's kind of the S that you get when you don't have good lighting. So lighting is really important in doing videos. Obviously, if you're going to be doing screencasts like on your computer using ScreenFlow or Camtasia Studio or something like that, then you don't need lighting since you're not going to be recording with a camera. But when you're doing stuff like this, maybe talking to your audience or just recording something else, you need good lighting. And honestly, the best place to get good lighting is outside. Now, that was just some of the things that you need to make good videos. You also need to make good quality videos by having good content. Don't just come up with some idea and then poorly throw it together and post it on YouTube real quick to try and get views. That's not what you want to try and achieve on YouTube. I mean, sooner or later, you do want to get more views and more subscribers and things like that, more popularity, but you don't need that at first. First, just start off doing small quality videos that will make sense to the viewer and will teach them what they need to be taught from that video. Let's say you're doing a tutorial on an iPhone app or something like that. You're showing them how to use it, or a review on a computer application. Don't sit there and ramble on about random things that don't need to be talked about. And also, when you're editing your videos, make sure you edit good. People hate it when they see videos that aren't edited good. Like, let's say you cough and you stop the video for a second and there's just blank space sitting there. People hate that. I know I absolutely hate it when I see videos like that. So make sure you edit your videos good. Some good video editing tips when you're actually editing: play through your entire video without the audio, which gets you focused on the video, and you'll be able to see minor things in the video that you wouldn't have noticed before because you're detecting the audio. And then do the same thing, only listening to the audio, no video, so you can detect when you mess up in the audio, where you need to make your cuts. And then when you're editing, don't just go through and make cuts where you know or where you think you know that you need to make cuts. Go through and play the video, and when a change needs to be made, make it real quick, and then play through that section again, make sure it's good, and then go on to the rest of your video. And do this throughout your whole video, and when you're done, before you export, watch through your entire video a couple times. Maybe have someone else come and watch it. It's just like writing a paper for English. You're just gonna go through and just throw up on paper, as my English teacher says, and you're going to go through and edit it, basically adding better vocab and fixing your grammar and things like that. It's basically what you're doing. You're just taking a raw camera clip, throwing up on the paper, and putting it into your editor, and then you're going to go through and add small details that make your video better. Now, the most important part about making a good quality video is being clear about your video and sticking to the point. Don't talk about other references to other videos that have nothing to do with your video. Now, it is okay to reference to other videos that might help the watcher understand more about that one video. Like, let's say you're doing a tutorial on one thing and you say you can go back and watch this video where I explain this a little bit more in detail. You can do things like that, as we do at WikiJackson a lot. But don't break off and talk about random things that you think will try and help you get revenue. Because chances are, if they're not about the video that the watcher clicked on, then the watcher is not going to be interested in that video, and they'll go and click on someone else's link. Now, your goal on YouTube is to try to be better than the person whose link they just went and clicked. You want to be the person who gets clicked by the link because the other person's video wasn't getting to the point. You want to create that video that make people subscribe to you because that video was so much better made than the other person. I have had numerous times where I've been watching a video and I'm just not liking the video, and I go to another video on the same topic and it's so much better and clearer, and usually that person gets a subscribe from me because I look up to them and I know that they're good content producers. And so if they're better than this guy, then I'm obviously not going to subscribe to this guy because he didn't give me what I need, but this guy provided exactly what I needed and he did it well. So basically, to wrap everything up, what you need is good equipment, good lighting, good software, a good computer, things like that, to obviously get the content onto your machine to edit. And you have to be a good editor. You have to know what to keep in your video, what to let out. You don't want to make the person wait. You want to keep them engaged in your video the entire time. And you also want to be very clear with your videos. Don't break off from the point, and don't make people click away from your video. And hopefully this video has been made to try and help you gain views and subscribers on YouTube, or at least make better content so that you are more satisfied. Now, one more thing that I forgot to mention, and this is probably the most important part of this video, I'm just now thinking back on what I did in the video and I'm trying to improve it. One thing that you need to do is content that you want to do. Don't do a video because you feel like you have to, or you feel like it'll get you more views. Do a video because you feel like you want to do it and you'll have fun doing it. That is the most important part of all of this. Have fun doing what you do. Let's say you want to go out and put out a new HTML video on web development, things like that, and you know nothing about the subject, so you scrap up a few basic things about it and you push out a tutorial that only gets a few views because you don't know what you're talking about and you're not having fun with it. You're just kind of blindly putting something into a video. Now, here at WikiJackson, we produce very little videos, and they're very few and far apart, but that's because we take time in making our videos, and we know that we want to make a video before actually producing it. I have had numerous accounts on my second channel, John McCain Jammer, where I've recorded a video, I went through it, I edited it all, it's ready to upload, and I don't upload it because I don't like it, and I basically just wasted my time. But I have now learned that I have to produce content that I want to produce. I can't just go out and produce something because I feel like I have to. And that is one of the most important points in this video that I ceased to mention earlier, which is kind of sad. Also, I'd like to mention that what I just did right there, going back in the video and correcting what I did, you definitely want to do that. If you leave out a part in the video, then don't just go through and edit and say, oh, the video will be fine without it, because it's really not. Because that really was the most important part of the video. When I thought of that video idea, that's what I had in mind, and I just completely left it out in the video. So when I would have uploaded that, I wouldn't have been satisfied, and chances are I probably wouldn't have uploaded it in the first place, as I was saying before. So make sure you include everything in your video that you want to get. So now, finally, a last summary. You want good equipment for your videos. You want good quality equipment, not expensive, but quality equipment. You want good software, things like that. You want to be able to edit good. Don't just produce something that's garbage. You want to add pizzazz to it through a video editing program, which is why you need that good editing program. You want a computer that can handle the edits that you want to do. Make content that you want to produce. Make your content clear, things like that. I've said it all in the video. This is just a quick summary. Okay guys, so if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up down below in the more info section. Also leave a comment down there if you have any other questions regarding making a good YouTube channel and producing good videos. You could also shoot us over an email at support@wikijackson.com if you want to talk to us more personally about making better YouTube content or just about anything regarding wikijackson.com. Also, be sure to check out WikiJackson's brand new computer building page if you want us to build you a really good custom video editing machine or gaming machine, as I've been talking about both of them throughout this video. or really any computer at all, including Hackintoshes. You can go to wikijackson.com/computer-build, and it'll take you to that page where you can just select really any computer package that you want, and we'll customize it to make it the best that it can be for your budget. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Later.